everybody. It's Neil Malvone, founder of the Dream Bowl. I'm welcoming you to our new podcast series where we're going to hear from some of the amazing players that will be participating in this year's game. Please join Chuck Stuller, our Director of Player Personnel, and his assistant Trey King as they talk to our players and get a little bit more information about what brought them to Dream Bowl 12. Throughout the rest of the year, we'll be interviewing other players, current, former, and future Dream Bowl athletes. So come join us on Surge Sports and be part of the Dream Bowl experience.
Converted offensive lineman. Now he's going to be coming to the Dream Bowl as a fullback. Sure. With us, we have Trey King with us as well. All right, so once again, thanks for coming on, Colton. We appreciate it. Once again, Colton's you did graduate, right? You're on your second or third degree there.
Yeah, apparently. No, first one actually because of COVID, but yeah.
Yeah, so Colton, as you can see, did go to Slippery Rock, and once again, he did play offensive line, but he's coming to Dream Bowl as a fullback. He's looking slim down, looking jacked like a fullback, no neck. So no neck. So are you bringing a neck roll with you? You coming with the classic fullback look?
I might have to. I definitely have one for sure.
So you want to go ahead and start Trey with the first question for Colton here?
Yeah. So Colton, good to meet you, brother. Obviously playing at Slippery. I played at Duquesne University, so very familiar with Slippery Rock. Coach Lutz up there actually played with Logan, his son. So just doing background research on you. Obviously, you spent most of your time up there playing offensive line, but I saw that you started as a tight end, and your first reception was actually a touchdown. Yeah. So when you either when you or the coaches decided to make that transition from tight end to offensive line, was there any pushback by you, or that was kind of just doing what's best for the team, given that you were pretty prolific as a tight end there early on in your career?
Yeah, tight end was really fun for me. The position change was mainly just for the team, which I played guard in high school and a wing tee offense, so I was cool with it, honestly. So the biggest adjustment for me was learning how to pass block at a high level coming from a wing tee offense. So that was my adjustment to the spread. I would have loved to play tight end my whole career, like a fullback, but even playing line, we had some packages where I played fullback, so it was really cool doing that in the offense. So I enjoyed that.
Yeah, and just a side note here, your drip on the field was immaculate too. So you're one of the more swaggier offensive linemen that I've seen. So that's cool. Also saw that you were voted team captain there. What qualities do you display to be a leader of men in that locker room at Slippery Rock?
For me, it's just being the same guy every day when I show up. Trying to be the first one there. Make sure I do everything prior to the day, before. So basically just being on top of everything, being a leader, holding everyone accountable, and just whatever I do, making sure people are doing the same thing. You're going to see me doing the right things, and, I want everyone else to follow that. And that's just kind of how life goes for me. I grew up with a great family who led me and taught me that, if I want to be the best of me, I got to be able to lead the people around me because I'm not a follower. And I just kind of carried that through my career and got me to where I am today. So.
Awesome. That's so very much so a lead by example type of player. Obviously, you could probably get a little lead verbally as well when the time comes, I assume.
Yeah, definitely. That's definitely how I play. It's not a nice game, so that's how it is, though.
Exactly. Go ahead, Chuck.
No, it's awesome. No, it's give us a quick walkthrough. I mean, just another Dream Bowl player. Give us a watered down version. Like you said, I think you said you played you're a fullback, kind of guard, in a wing tee. Kind of bring us from your journey to from high school to Slippery Rock where you're at now.
So high school, I transferred my freshman year, and I was a running back, and I showed up at 185 pounds. And they were like, hey, man, you're too big to play running back in the wing tee. you're going to be playing line here. And I was like, all right. So Coach Fillion told me, he's like, hey, you got to put on weight to play line. So I went from sophomore year 185 to 225, and then junior year 225 to 260. And then I came in senior year and played D tackle, middle linebacker, and guard at 300. So my high school career, I was an all-state D tackle, O lineman, and middle linebacker. And then I went to college freshman year, played tight end. Freshman year, caught a couple touchdowns. It was cool. And that year I was actually 320. So I was 6'2", 320 my freshman year playing tight end. And then sophomore year, junior, senior year, obviously I played left guard for Slippery Rock. It was a good time. I was a 2-time all-conference, all-region guy. Wanted to get All-American, thought I got snubbed, but I got more to prove. That's why I'm still playing.
You were snubbed, brother. You were definitely snubbed.
Yeah, that's the plan, so that's why I'm still playing. And then, I played a little bit of fullback my senior year, obviously at Slippery Rock, and that was a blast. I had so much fun. We had one of the highest red zone offenses in the country, so when we lined up in that fullback formation, I was like, let's go. We're about to have a blast.
That's awesome. Now you played more than one sport though in high school, right?
Yeah, so in high school I played basketball too, and baseball and track a little bit. Forgot about that. Sorry.
No, that's okay.
Yeah. So
teams scouts like to see guys that play more than one sport. I thought I was pretty sure about it. I just wanted you to clarify that for me.
Yeah. No, I played basketball for 4 years, so that was probably my second favorite sport. And I did track and baseball for 1 year apiece, and then I was like, I got to lift and run. So,
gotcha.
Yeah.
So using that, obviously going off of playing basketball and transitioning into football, where do you see that basketball helped you kind of succeed on the football field?
For me, it's footwork. I was extremely blessed, playing basketball, that it allowed me to stay big, but also stay athletic. So throughout this whole process of losing weight over the past month, being able to be athletic my whole life has just helped me. So being able to have quick feet, quick reaction. Obviously I have good hands, even though I'm a fullback. So basketball just honestly helped me stay athletic, stay kind of into that young kid fit, my whole life. Even though I'm a 300-pound lineman, I play basketball. So, I got a little, don't sleep if I get in a triple threat on you, because I'm I might attack the rack.
Got a little wiggle to you. That's what we like to hear.
Yeah.
You also touched on how prolific your guys' offense was over your time at Slippery Rock. What was it like playing in that offense under Coach Lutz?
That offense was crazy. From freshman year, Roland Rivers, obviously, I'm sure you guys have heard of him. He was one of the greatest quarterbacks I've ever played with, one of the best, most phenomenal players I've ever played with in my life. So seeing that MVP caliber guy, freshman year, I was already expecting to have to raise the standards for myself. And then sophomore year, junior year, we had great years with Noah Grover, and then those 2 years, and then the senior year, Braden Long, and then playmakers everywhere. Every single year I play in that offense, I'm seeing a new guy make plays. Freshman, sophomore, junior, senior year, I'm seeing just this line of people go through and just make plays. My senior year was Cohen Russell, Kyle Sheets. We had great running backs, Khalid Dorsey, Chris Dior, my senior year. It was just a blast. And we had one of the top O lines too. Those guys were just bruisers. They just were bullying people. It was, I had so much fun in college. I wouldn't change my D2 experience for anything, honestly. And I actually think it helped elevate my game playing there. So playing in a high-speed offense was a blast for me, for sure.
Talk about some of your playoff runs too that you guys had over your span.
So freshman year, that was probably my favorite one. We made it to the Final Four. Didn't really finish the season the way we wanted to, but in terms of playing football late December in the snow, that's exactly what you wish and dream for in your life. And then my sophomore year, I want to say maybe Elite 16-ish, maybe Sweet 16-ish, and then I think we went. My junior year was a little bit of a rough year, and then this past year we went back to the Elite 8. The playoffs are fun, man. Anytime you get a chance to go and compete against those teams, you want to see how far you can go. And usually what happens is, it comes down to who's going to play the most sound. And in those games, it's you saw the NFL games yesterday. It's you see the top offense, the Miami Dolphins, they go play, they stutter out, And then you see the great defense, the Browns defense, they get some points put up on them a little bit. Granted, there were some pick sixes, but it's you got to basically play perfect in those games to, elevate and go to the next one. Like our Kutztown game, we didn't perform well in the red zone, and we were a very high efficient red zone team. And like you saw that affect us, and it's like the whole year, we were. I mean, at one point we were 20 for 20 in the red zone, and then it's like you have like your slip ups, and obviously you're gonna make some mistakes, but the playoff runs, little to none. I mean, I have a couple rings that I got. I mean, that's always fun, but I'm chasing definitely some more. So
awesome, love to hear that.
Absolutely. Now, when you were coming out from high school to college, did you have a lot of offers? Like what did your offers look like?
Yeah, I had a lot of offers actually coming out of high school. So I had a UMass offer, full ride, Navy, full ride, Delaware, Duquesne, as where you played, Robert Morris, Delaware, St. Francis, Albany, Slippery Rock, Notre Dame of Ohio. And then I had some PWOs to pretty much like all the D1 schools like Ohio State, Penn State, Syracuse. I had PWOs for those schools just because my senior year I played linebacker and they wanted me to play D tackle. So I got walk-ons at pretty much every Power 5, but I needed the money for my family to go and play. And I actually committed to Robert Morris out of high school and transferred out of there. So.
Okay. Now, like you said, you had like some Power 5 offers, but you should like what made you? I'm not sure if you touched them, but what made you choose like Slippery Rock over those Power 5 ones?
So for me, it was honestly just like the family atmosphere at Slippery Rock. Being a D2 school, you get to kind of see everybody on the roster, if that makes sense. Like at the Power 5s, I mean, everything's ran so precise. I mean, sometimes you don't get to build the bonds with people because it's that much of a business. D2, it is a business, but you get to build more personal connections, personal relationships with these people that you play with. And for me, definitely, it was just the family atmosphere. I mean, and it's close to home. I mean, I'm a family guy. I mean, I love being around my family. I love being able to have them at my games. So it's really nice to be able to play for 4 years and, have all of your family show up to your games. I mean, that meant a lot to me. So
that's awesome.
Slippery Rock's not necessarily one of those like the classic Division II schools either. Too obviously playing in the PSAC and
yeah.
I believe there's probably more kids enrollment wise that go to Slippery Rock than some of those FCS schools. So that definitely can see how Slippery Rock was a good fit for you and obviously are you from Newcastle?
Yeah, from the Wilmington area. Yep.
Okay, yeah, so that's real close to home.
Yep, perfect.
Yeah, Chuck, what do you got here?
No, I was thinking now, like on the personal side, do you have like a squad that you follow, and like what are some things that you do in your spare time that aren't like football and lifting and getting jacked in general?
Honestly, like in terms of a team, you said a squad.
Yeah, like was it like a team that you follow?
Yeah,
NFL team?
obviously the Steelers. I guess. I mean, it's tough sometimes. I mean, I don't know. It's been a tough year at the Steelers, but in terms of like things I do, like hobbies wise, I mean, for me, like actually, like I can hang out with my family. Like I have 4 siblings, so like me, my 2 sisters, and then my brother. Like we'll always just chill, hang out. I mean, they all play sports, so play basketball, play catch. Like yesterday, I'm out in the front yard playing catch with my dad, sister, brother, and it's snowing. Like just little stuff like that. I mean, we always work out together. I mean, we live together. I mean, pretty much just I'm built on like faith and family. So a lot of my time is well spent with the people that, take care of me and help me get through things. And obviously put me in a position to be able to be on like something like this with you guys. So definitely thankful for this.
What are your numbers in the weight room? What are you hitting right now?
I haven't maxed in a while, but my prior maxes, I've squatted 700 before. I've benched 435 and deadlifted 600.
Absolute unit. Cruiser here, ladies and gentlemen.
Now, I had a question pop up in my mind when you were talking about, like, because you're like your constant weight fluctuation. You know what I mean? Now, when you were getting the diets had to be completely different. Like, just give us like exactly.
Yeah.
When you had to get your weight up, I think you said was it 185? I forget the lower weight that you said to get up to the 215, and then get up to 250, then 300. Give us like a quick walkthrough of getting your weight up to that high now, and then getting back down, because that's tough on your body. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So give us like a quick walkthrough of like when you gain that weight and now you're taking it off. What does that look like?
So in high school when I was putting on that weight, obviously in college, so I would wake up, eat breakfast. My mom would pack me a second breakfast to eat at school. I'd eat it at school. I'd go to school, eat my lunch before lunch, eat lunch, come back from practice, and I would eat like this ramen prison meal. It was actually so horrible. It was 3 bags of ramen. It was like syrup, mayo, mustard, honey, hot sauce,
Golly.
tuna, chicken. Yeah, I mean, it was insane. It was like 3,000 calories per meal, but I had to eat it for like 2 months straight. It was horrible. So basically, that's how I put my weight on in high school, obviously, and lifting. And then now, like backtracking, trying to take it off, I ended the season at 310. And for me, I was eating like 5,000 calories a day. So I took my calorie intake from about 5,000 to 2,000 to 2,500. And in between fasting and probably like a salad or two a day, I mean, I've lost pretty much 35 pounds. I'm at like 278-ish right now. So I've lost a lot of weight, but it's like getting the extra off is kind of hard. But it's just been a ride, honestly. It's like, I was like, dang, I was told to eat my whole life, and now I'm told like not eat. It's like, it was kind of like tough for me. But honestly, it's just a discipline thing. And I started actually really enjoying the process of it because I was like, I'm sitting here losing weight, chasing something that I've wanted to do my whole life. Like, it's like, I wouldn't want it any other way. So it's like, when you really sit back and analyze, how everything's going, other people's situations in the world, for me, it was like, I'm losing weight. It's not that bad. It's like, don't sit and eat all day, eat your meals when you have to, be disciplined. Yes, my siblings are torturing me. Yes, my parents are torturing me, but being around it, like, that's what makes me disciplined, because they're eating something that looks really good, and I'm eating a chicken salad again. So it's like, you got to just kind of take it how you get it. But.
I definitely feel your pain, because I did have a bariatric surgery last month, which is going to prevent me from coming down to the game. But it sucks because I guess I lived in Dallas for 5 years, and every time Monday Night Football is in Dallas, they show a picture of that grill. Every time they're there, it's called Heart 8 Barbecue, and it's very easy to go to a barbecue place and spend $90 on yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So, Trey, if you're worried about your weight, buddy, be very careful, because your eyes will be bigger than your stomach. But yeah, Colton, now it's we did go over earlier that you're coming to the Dream Bowl as a fullback, and you played some tight end, so it's not like it's a completely foreign country to you. So now the workouts are probably different, right? I assume you're doing some pass catching, like working on your footwork a lot more. Just give us like a quick walkthrough of what that process has been like to move an offensive line to fullback, the workout wise.
I mean, a little bit different, obviously, like you said, in terms of the speed stuff, but I've always had to do that because I've really never seen myself playing as a guard at the next level, just because of my size. So it's really just like, I mean, I go in every day and I start probably at my house here. I usually just roll out, do all my stuff, and then I'll go to Molinaro Health and Fitness. They're actually a gym that technically sponsors me. My sister works there, and I work with Michael Molinaro. He's a great trainer. And actually, after this bowl game, I get to do more one-on-one with him. But I've basically sit in the sauna for about 20 minutes, and then I'll do my regular speed, core, stretch, power play workout. And then I'll usually go to the field, and I'll do cone, ladder drills, sprints. And then I had my buddy here from California. He was throwing me passes when he was here. And then he went home. So now it's been with my dad and my brother. So pretty much just speed work, making sure my feet are fast, my eyes are disciplined, catching passes, just watching the ball in, tucking it, ball security stuff. Biggest thing, honestly, though, is just staying fit, staying active, staying healthy, feeling good. Like, it's not about what I do in a day that makes me feel confident. It's about like what I do over, the couple weeks, the months, the year. That's what adds up. Like, what I'm doing right now isn't because of like what I did last week. It's based off of, okay, 2 years ago I was doing speed training when I was 310. Most people when they're 310, they aren't running. So. And then obviously I do some pickup basketball runs safely. That helps me stay in shape. I've always done that my whole career. I mean, for probably the past 8 years, I played basketball before every season, just to kind of get my body feeling right, feeling in shape, mobility wise. But that's about it. A lot of stretching too. So.
Now, the basketball, you a bully in the low post, or you at the top of the key putting jumpers up? Which basketball
I can do both because when I was little, I mean, I was like dribbling the ball a lot. So, I mean, I like to go in the post. My senior year, I did have 41 charges called on me. So I do like to stay out of the three if I can. Dribble a little bit.
Didn't see that coming. Didn't see that coming.
Yeah. But nah, basketball's a blast. I love basketball. So
Excellent.
You touched a lot on staying disciplined and how discipline kind of is something that you choose to follow to reach your ultimate goal.
Yeah.
What other qualities or characteristics or core values do you take on the field with you besides discipline?
Other than discipline, I mean, just being relentless. I'm a fierce competitor. I fully believe like no matter like what you're set against, if you just like want something more than someone, you're gonna always prevail. I mean, obviously, just being a regular leader. I mean, for me, like there's a lot that goes into it, but like it's always who I've been. So like whenever like you're in a game and like people are hurting, bro, like I don't even feel it. Like I don't like when I'm out there playing, like I don't feel anything. Like I'm just out there at war like for the guy next to me. So like for me it's just making sure that people like are kind of living vicariously through my energy and like through my passion. So I mean, we did like the past 4 years, like I really haven't seen anybody on our team like out there like hurting on our offense. Like everybody's just like prideful and like hungry like for the next play. Like when something bad happens, we're all just like, all right, next play, like next play mentality, discipline, like leaders all over the field, and just being confident like in our craftsmanship that we put in over the years. So for me, like yes, there are intangibles that I do have, but I think it's bigger than the intangibles. Sometimes it's more or less like how you carry yourself in those situations that most people haven't been in. So
Absolutely. It's a great answer.
thank you.
So now, like I said, we had talked a little bit, you and I, on social media here and there. I try not to bother you guys too much during the season because I know you guys are focused. And like the scouts that came through there, now they say specifically, hey, we want to see you at fullback, or was it?
Yeah, pretty much every scout that came in, they told me and like my offensive coaches that they wanted me to play like fullback or like blocking tight end because of my size, which is fine with me. So at least at the NFL level, I'd assume UFL, if I think that's what it is now. Maybe that level I possibly could play guard, but I'm going to try to chase fullback because I think that's what I could best pursue. So
that's awesome. Yeah, and if you had your choice, you'd be fullback for the Steelers. If you had your choice,
I mean, I would say yes,
but because they're one of the few teams that I believe still use a fullback.
Yeah,
so, I mean, you're in their backyard.
Yeah, I'm a Steelers fan. I don't know, like for me, like my dream offense, seriously though, like the Ravens, man. I wanna block for Lamar. When Martavius Bryant, or no, not Martavius Bryant, it was Hayward Bay came in. He was the Raven scout. That's who it was.
Yeah.
Martavius Hayward Bay, he's the Raven scout.
He was at the Dream Bowl actually last year with the host of other Raven scouts. I don't want to interrupt you, Colton, but
you're good.
Quick shout out to Darius Hayward Bay because he was one of the few scouts I've ever seen that was really hands on. Like he like jumped on the field, was talking to the guys, giving like tips and hints and stuff like that. And I was one of the few people that remember his 40 time. I believe it was a 4.28. His 40 was or something ridiculous. And he kind of gave me the like how did I remember that? So, but no, he was it was awesome meeting him and the rest of the Raven scouts that were there. But yeah, quick shout out to him too because he was an awesome dude, completely down to earth, and he did more than any scout I've probably seen at our game. But jumped on the field, was talking to the guys, and coached them up too, which was awesome. But no, it's cool that you mentioned him.
Yeah, no, he was definitely one of my favorite scouts I probably talked to. And then offensively, I think like I just fit like in their scheme, kind of like as a Pat Ricard. So yeah, that's my dream, just kind of being in that backfield. So
that's awesome.
You could also be a Kyle Juszczyk type of guy too in the 49ers on the other side of the country too. They utilize it a little bit
at that point.
That's awesome. So what I guess as we wrap up here, what's your elevator pitch to the Ravens or to the Steelers, 49? Like what is your elevator pitch to these pro teams as to why they should pick you up?
Honestly, it's like you're just not gonna find a guy who's gonna come in and work. I mean, and just be him. Like I don't change who I am. I'm me every day. I show up with the same smile, same work ethic. Like nothing changes for me. Like you're not gonna see me one day sad, the next day mad. I'm just gonna be me every day. I mean, for the people around me, and like my whole goal of doing this has always been for my family. It's never been about me. Like, as much as like the opportunities are about me, like this week coming down to Texas, I'm not worried about what I'm gonna do. I'm worried about my family being there and knowing that I'm gonna do it, because like they're expecting me to do this. I got people expecting me to do this. Like I got little sister, I got little brothers, I got them looking at me for their future. So I want everything to be inherited for them. I want to do this for them. It's not about me. And then obviously for my old teammates and coaches, I want to put Slippery Rock on the map. So it's always bigger than me. That's kind of how I rock. So I'm just thankful for every opportunity, and I can't wait to get down there and work. So
Yeah, we can't wait to see you compete down there and what you can accomplish, because I know Chuck's really high on you and wanted to see you compete. So excited and thankful that you chose our game.
yes, sir. Yeah,
Excellent.
definitely excited.
Last but not least, Trey did mention the on-field swag. I want black visor, bull ring on the face mask. I don't want to see your ears. I want the pads of the ear. I want black eye paint all the way down your face.
Yes,
I
sir.
don't want gloves. I want tape on your fingers. I want you to look like an absolute caveman that's going to go out there and do what you got to do and put some good film out there, because any team that can't make it, and there are, because weather's going to be pretty on the cold side this week.
Yeah.
So any team that does not make it gets copies of game film and practice film. So they're going to see everything you put out there. So I expect you to bring it, and I'm looking forward to see what you do down there, man.
Yes, sir.
All right, Colton, you got any questions for us real quick before we hop off?
Awesome.
No, I'm all good. I appreciate you guys having me on this call. And like I said, I can't wait to get down to your bowl game and show you guys what I got. So.